Okay, so I just opened your file, David. The thing I was asking um, last lecture was to take care about the hatches. We asked, yeah, okay. So, okay, so it in order, okay, in this case, let's say, so you are saying that I couldn't hatch because it's an open area. Okay, I know that you cannot hatch it, and I mentioned it last time. So the idea is to close it by yourself and then to hatch it, isn't it? So let us say like let's say like I would like to hatch this area. What shall I do? Okay, sorry. Yeah. So uh okay, let's say I would like to hatch this area. What shall I do? This is a rectangular area, right? Okay. The first technique I would use it, okay, is just to open a new layer. Okay. Create a new layer, and I will call it like, for example, only let's say border, okay, or boundaries, for example, boundaries. And then, for example, I would just keep it as it is now and make it maybe, for example, red in order to differentiate it a bit. So I will directly write REC, which is the shortcut of rectangle. Click the space, click a little rectangle in here. First of all, I didn't select my boundary. Now I will click REC for rectangle, and then space, and then little rectangle in here, and then H for hatch. Click OK, and then, for example, this was what? Let's say it's just one of these. Okay, it doesn't matter what is this hatch now. For example, this one, and then click. What I notice now, it's like just a bulb one. It's just like solid one. If I just click on it, I can see something here called scale, right? If I just, for example, look, this is one. Okay, this is one if you are working in 1/1 scale. But if you are working, let's say 1/100, let's say. Now I can see my hatch. You can see your hatch, right? Even I could make it bigger. For example, I want it to be 500. Now it became even bigger. So this was the first way to make it. Now, if I just select my rectangle and delete it, nothing will happen. You see? Nothing happen. I can see my hatch, and of course I will add some windows here and etc. And you can keep it for yourself. But later on, if you are working with like as a professional work, of course you will not keep it, because in each line, if you are working as shop drawings and later on in an office or something, each line should have a meaning. Okay. Um, Let us just mention something. Um, if, for example, let me see, there is a command called boundary. There is a command called boundary. BO is the shortcut. Okay, you can see it, right? BO is the shortcut. So if I click BO and then click space, uh, this little screen will appear. He will ask me just to pick points. If I click yes, and then I click, for example, here. Closed boundary cannot be. Okay, why? Because it's opened one. It's okay. It's a closed boundary. It's not. He's not allowing us to make a boundary in this rectangle because it's not closed. Okay. Let me see. What if we create? Yes, this is the way. I mean, create it. Let us talk about hatches a bit. If I draw a rectangle here. Sorry. Nope. Something wrong. Oh my goodness, what happened? Let me see what happened. Wait. Especially when you are working with hatches, AutoCAD will have many problems. I will open a new file. Okay, so let us just close this one. And now I will set my unit into centimeter. And then draw a rectangle. Yes. Yeah. Sorry? Yes. Of course. If you are working in this Middle Eastern let's say world, you could use the centimeter. In some African countries, you guys are using meter. In US, they are using inches. Let me show you even this file. It was I think this one, not this one. Wait, let me just try to open in summer training. I think CAD. Let me see this one, not this one. Uh, yes, this one. Yeah. Look, this is an example of our professional work. Okay. This is an example of the professional work, how we are working. Um, you can see it's just like you can see it's just a mess because of these many dimensions. Okay, but like if we just let me see, this is the dimension. If I just or just hide the dimension, which is just hide them, you can see it's a bit clear one. You see? So we use this kind of tags in order to tag each window, and this dimension in order to put some information about this kind of windows. 180 is just the the length and the width between. I mean, 180 and 255 is the width and the length of each window. This is the tags of rooms. We use we use area command. There is a command called area in order to find these numbers. What else? Now we know. Now I will talk about hatches. Okay, because in order to be able to create this kind of columns, uh, now you know how to create this type of lines, right? Now today I will talk about hatches and text and dimension, because I think this is the thing you need now in order to be able to create this kind of drawings. I know it looks like a bit complicated for you now, but if you just try to make it step by step, trust me, it will be like very easy and very very simple drawings actually. Yes, we do have many things. We do have many details. Later on, you will maybe if you take or if you just go on with your projects, you will know these details, and you will just find many examples of them. Let me see. in some look in here in this site plan we use hatches. You see in this site plan some hatches. Anyway, okay. So this is an example of your. Actually, this is in this course, David. I'm just trying to give you maybe the 20% of AutoCAD you need, because trust me, like I know that during my maybe sixth year of architecture is just like 20-30% of each program, the thing we are using like very much, and the thing we are just repeatedly, I mean, using in order to create our work. So now back into our hatch command. I will just create a rectangle, and this rectangle I will put a dimension for it. I will make it maybe 100 by 100. Okay, so it's just a letter square. M for move. So I will create a copy from it, CO, and I will click F8 and then another copy. So now let's say I do have these areas. I will create a hatch, H for hatch. If you go to this select directly, look now, if without this select, without it, I'm able directly to go into one of them and then select it, or just hover over this closed area, and then the program will be able to show me. I didn't click. The program is just showing me how this hatch will be. So if I click on this, select, you can read it. The program is saying select boundary objects. So it means if I just go to select, okay, and then you can see there is something appear, little square appear in my cursor, right? So now I have to select what? I have to select this border. Yes, the object itself. So by selecting it, now I'm able to select another object and then select another object. This is the first one, huh? What if I just want to remove something? I will just click on remove this part. The remaining is these two. Now if I want to close it, okay, I want this hatch, I will close it. My hatch is done. What if, look, what if now these are both are the same? What if I want to separate them? Separate these hatches. For example, I want like click on this one and then draw maybe this one. I want it to be 100. Okay, and but like this one I want it to be 50. But when I'm just writing here 50, they are just both changing. I just want to change one of them. How? It's just by clicking one of them. They are now connected. I will go to this option. There is something here called separate hatches. Now if I click on this one, if I click on this one and click, for example, here 150, this became bigger and this is still all or remain small. So in this hatches, I want you to understand H is the shortcut. You can select, or without selection, you could directly pick point and then hover over one the middle area. So it's up to you. And usually we use this one, or if you like to use the select, so you have directly to make sure that these shapes are just objects, which means they are connected. In both cases, they must be connected. Anyway, you know now how to select. Something else, you can see this little word associative. It's good to keep it because which means it means like now if I just select this one and change the shape of it, the hatches are what? even changing, right? Why? Because these hatches are associative one. If I uncheck it and now change something in here, you can see what happened. Okay, so it's good even to keep this one, to keep as associative one. Say I will just undo many time. Okay, I will keep it associative. What else I want to explain? Okay, from here you could use the type of hatch you want. We do have many type of hatches. In which project you are, David? Okay, so it's good, David, to work on yourself from now. Okay, do not think that only university will teach you everything. Please, especially with architectural project and especially with the programming things, you have to know that the university will give you only 5%. Okay, and you have to get the 95 by yourself, by working, by practicing, by watching videos. We do have many videos. I'm telling you from now, because trust me, if you just follow my words, trust me, you will be amazing in architecture. Do not think that university will give you everything, especially about these hatches, especially about details, especially about everything in your architectural drawings or architectural projects even. Anyway, so now uh, these are the type of hatches we do have. We do have many. Let's say I like the one I do have. Let me adjust control. Okay, I will. Okay, keep it like this. Now from here I do have something called angle. It's simply if I just select something or I change the angle, it will change. Transparency of the hatch, of course, if it's the transparency of it, of course, it means you can see now. If I click on it and then rise it up like this, I can see it became transparent. You can see the difference between this one and that one. Okay, I will keep it as it is. We do have something called pattern. You are able to make a pattern, solid, gradient, pattern, or user defined. Now we are using pattern and we are defining the pattern from here. If you use a gradient, of course you do have the gradients in here, which is there. You can see them here. This one by layer, it means if you want to change, for example, the color, the line thickness, the line width, etc. It means you will change the layer itself. For example, now if I click a new layer and okay, layer 1, and this layer is this color and say yes, and now I click on this layer and then I want to what, to make it in layer. Let me just see where was the layer. I will go home, I will click on this one and click on this layer. Now this became the layer 1. Now if I change in layer 1, if I go here, let me minimize this one, and this, for example, the line weight became 5 and yes, and then activate the line, so directly I change in it. It means keep it by layer and change on layer, change on LA. So what about also hatches by layer? None. Okay, this one keep it. Match properties. Okay, set origin. Look, for this set origin, for example, let's consider this is a wall. Okay, this is a wall, and now this wall I will hatch it with this brick material. We do have here a brick material. We do have some brick, this one. And then I click on this brick material. But I can see that you can see it's not starting directly from this corner. Okay? For example, I want this hatch to start from this corner. I will select it, set origin, set this origin to here, say okay. Okay? So, this is about hatches. What else about hatches? Okay, keep it. Set origin, okay, transparency, okay, okay. I think this is the all you need. Okay, so I will delete this one or just keep it. It's fine. Now let's go to your work. This is your work. This is not your work. Let me just open your work. Okay. So now I will talk about dimension. DI is the shortcut for dimension. DI. But DI is just as a distance. Like for example, if I click DI, I click OK, I click 1 point, second point. I now I just can know the dimension of it. Okay, but I cannot see any dimension. In order to make a dimension, a real dimension, you have to click DIM. DIM and click OK. I went to this drawing, which is I think more better. For example, I will open DIM, I will click DIM and click OK. And now I click the first corner, click the second corner and click here. I can see that it's too small, right? Okay. Look, first of all, I will create a new layer. Call it DIM for dimension. Put the dimension in this gray color, say yes. Put a thickness of it maybe 30 or 0.25 and say yes. So now I will select my DIM. Now if I draw something, I will draw in it. Okay. You have to understand that when we are working with dimension, it means we are working with annotate tab. Annotate tab, here you can see the dimensions. Okay? So in this dimension, we do have something called continuum, we do have something called linear, aligned, angular, architectural, etc. Even though, let me right click in here or right click or view. Okay, there is another tab which is show menu bar. You can see there was a hidden tab. I just click on this one and then I click show menu bar. I just now hide it. Yes, show menu bar. In here you can see file, you can see edit, you can see view, etc. You can see many things. But they are the same. So this is the draw. You can see here line and multi-line and polyline and etc. It's the same if you are working with this draw. Okay. So now what I want you to understand is just by you are working with annotate. In this home tab we have this annotation. We have this dimension, we have this text, we have this little panel, linear, aligned, angular, and arc length, radius, diameter, etc. We do have some leaders if you want to put some leaders, and we do have something called table. It's the same. If you just open this annotate, you will find many things in here. The same. The important now for me is just to be able to understand that DIM is dimension. You can see directly DIM, and if you click LIN, it will become linear. DIM ALI, it will become aligned. We usually use just DIM, and that's it. Directly you will understand this one. So I click the first point, I click the second point, and I move, click the third one. Now my dimension is too small, I cannot see anything from it. And I can see that it's 1000.000. I don't want this. In order to play around with the setting of dimension, you have to click only D. D, enter. This panel will appear. D, enter, this panel will appear. In this panel, David, you will be able to create a new style. What do I mean by new style? Let's say I would like to make, for example, a template, or let's say a way of putting our dimension. I will call it my way. I will click on a new. I will click David. Okay, David way, for example, and just click continue. Now, when I click continue, now new dimension style David way. I'm changing in David way. I will have many things. You will go one by one. Okay. In these lines, I'm working with the line. In this little screen, if you change something, you will see it in here. So, in this one, color, I will click by layer. Because I want everything to be by color, by layer. Line type, by layer. This one by layer. Baseline spacing. Look here. Look on the screen. DIM line 1, I click on this one, something disappear, right? Something also disappear. Appeared. I will click, for example, baseline spacing. I will click, for example, 10 for now. Click OK. We will see now what is baseline spacing. This one, extension line. This one, by layer. This one, I want everything by layer. And this one, line weight, also by layer. Because I put something in my layer, I want everything to follow it. EXT line 1. If I click it, you can see disappear, appeared, disappeared, appeared. Fixed length extension line. We will see what is it now a bit later. Offset from origin. Also we will see it. Symbol and arrows. You can see this is arrows. I don't want some arrows. I want architectural work. You can see here architectural tick. Click it. You can see the thing change, right? Arrow size, you are able to change even the thickness of it. The brick size, look. Dimension brick, there is something called brick. I will just not change everything. I want you to see it. Arc length symbol. Above dimension text or none. I will click this one above. I will go to my text. You can of course click it by layer. Fill color, click it also by layer. Or without it, none. If you don't want any fill. Text height, you can change even the dimension of it. I will maybe click 15. You can see. There is a draw frame around text. I don't want this. You can see what happened in here, little frame around it. For this one, text placement, this one, if I click above or outside or justify or below, we will see it now. Horizontal, ext1, ext2, or centered. Offset from dimension. This is very important in text. Offset from dimension. You will see it now. For text alignment, always click aligned with dimension. You can see it was horizontal. It became aligned with it. Distance from dimension, I will click, for example, 2. And click OK for now. Or before clicking, go to primary units, and for this precision, you saw that it was 0000, right? Okay, I want only 10 or 10 like this. Alternative units, I don't want it. Fit. For this fit, you will click here. Always keep text between ext line. Say okay. Say okay. Close. Click on this dimension. Look here, nothing changes, right? I will click on my dimension. Now I'm in home tab. I will click on this little one. I can see this here something called dimension style. I will click on David style. Now I can see it's too big. I will go again. D enter. David style modify. The first one I clicked new. Now I will click modify. So the thing is, with my text height is too big. I will click, for example, now 2. Say okay. Close. Okay. This is the one I want. Maybe you want it to be a bit bigger. Go text, modify. Go to my text. Maybe I will click it at 3 or 2.5. Say okay. Close. Maybe it's good. Go D again, modify. Let's see the line. If I change, for example, this one to 5. Say yes, close. It's good. Let me see, maybe we need to change something in here. Let me go to layer. Let me go to this one and then maybe click on 30 and say okay. Now it became 30, which is better. You can see these lines are like, I don't want this line to be connected. I will go to D, modify, and then I will try to find something related to them. Fixed length extension line. I will click on it. This is the one I was talking about. You can see what happened in here in this screen. When I click it, he just removed them and he activated this one. I will tell him I want it only 2 or I want it only 5. Say okay, close. Now it became 5. What if I want something behind? I want this one to be bigger. The one behind. D enter. Let me see. Do I have something? Extension beyond dimension line. Yes, I want it to be, for example, 0.5. Okay. Close. It became bigger. What if I want this one to be bigger? The horizontal one. I will go again and try to find something related to the maybe this one. Let's see. 2. Okay. Close. It's not. Why? D enter. Modify. Ex beyond dimension? No, it was this one was for dimension. Extend beyond it was this one, the small one. Extend beyond tick. Let's see. 2. Enter. Close. Yes, it is. D enter. Modify. Sorry, let me just see this one like this. Modify. Offset from origin, I will say 0. Okay. Close. D enter. Modify. Go to symbol and arrows. Okay. This one, if I want the tick itself to be thick, I will click maybe 2. Okay. Close. Now I can see my tick a bit bigger. D enter. Modify. Center line. Okay, keep it. Break size. Okay. Keep it above. text aligned with it, text height, a draw. Okay, offset from dimension line. This one is, look, if the text is too far from it and I want it to be above it, okay, I don't want it to be below. You can see this 100. I will click D, modify, and then first of all I will go to my text. I want it to be above it, and click OK, and click now close. Now it became above it. If this dimension from here to here is too big, you can go again, D, modify, from text. You can see this too, maybe make it 1 and say OK, close. Now it became better. So D again, modify, this one is good. This is the okay primary one. This one decimal. Okay, okay, okay. This is all you need to know about D. Now, if I click DIM and click on here, and then this one, and then this one, now I can see now there is a problem with this one. I want it to be on that side, not here. I will go again, D, enter, modify, vertical, left to right, right to left, okay, close. Now it became like this, 100, D, enter, modify. This one is centered. Let's see if I click outside, okay, close. Now it became outside, and this one, this is up. Now I do have a problem with this one. I will click it, de-enter, modify it, right to left, yes, close, yes, now it's good. Sorry, this one, yeah, it's okay, it's okay, because like when you are working like this is how you can see the dimension. De-enter, modify, okay, horizontal, keep it like this, left to right, okay, that's it, okay, closed. So this was about dimension. Let me see. You can see, look in here, when we are working, this dimension in this way and this dimension on that way. You see? So, okay. Dimension. What about the text? What about the text? We do have, if I open my annotate, we do have multi-line text, and we do have TX, TE for text as a shortcut, and we do have DT for text also, or we do have this one also. If I click once, look for multi one, click on it, and little square, now you will be able to write in it. I will click, for example, my, or keep it like this, my work, and close. It's too small. I will double click on it, select it, and now, like you are working with Word, okay? You do have many dimension. For example, keep it 2. .2. Why I cannot see it? Let me just put my layer 1 or this one in order to be able to see it. Go to annotate, this one. Okay. Double click on it. Select it. And now you have to, you can see B for bold, this one for if it's inclined or no. From here you can select a text. You can select a text even. This is all depends on the office you are working with. What else? 0.5 and say yes. Move, just to bring it here. Like that. So this is was from multi one. If I click TX or TE and click OK, click once, click again, click the third, and then now write my work and say OK. Double click. If I select it now, okay, you can see if I double click on it and then I select it, I don't have many options like that one. I don't have that much options. You can see even now I just can add something, but I cannot change actually my style, my text, my etc. What else I want you to understand? We usually actually use this one for uh, adding the text. For area, we do have a command called area. Now, if I want to do this one, I will double click on it, okay? You can see. It's just a text. For area, you will click double A for area, double A. And click center or space in order to activate it. Now here we do have something called object. If you do have a closed area, you can directly click on O and click space, click your object. Now here you can see the area did appear. 10,000. Of course, we directly take the 10,000. We don't take the parameter. And now, since I know the 10,000, I can directly go to TA or DT as you want, or go to this one. Now I will just go to my normal one, DT for example. Click space, 1, 2, 3, and then click area. This one, 1, for example, like this, meter square. Click this one. You can click directly in order to make it smaller. SC for scale, space, like this, just like that. M, move many times. Now you know it. If I click on this one, once, click here, click this rectangle, area, 1, M, 2, okay. Double click on it, click on these, or just click on, no, or just click on this too. Click this X and say yes. You could make it, don't make it like this, just double click on it, select everything, and then this one maybe make it like this, 8, 5, yes, 5 is okay. Now you can see with this multi-line, we do have many options more than the DT. In here you can directly select everything as I said. and change the text you want. We don't use actually this type of text, okay? We do have some specific type of text we use it for our work. So this was about text. Okay, David, now let me okay, go to your work first and then try to hatch something. Okay, let's say this area, I can see until now your work is not clear, David. J, okay. No, okay. David, I can see that your work is not clear until now. Why they are not joined? Anyway, Dr. Wab, we were talking, or just David mentioned that he was not able to put a hatch in this kind of areas because it was opened. We said that in order to create a hatch, it must be a closed area, closed loop. So I said the solution is to create a rectangle by creating or just clicking REC and then click space, create a little rectangle, and then click on H for hatching. Select this area, select it, click skip, select it again, and go to your scale. For example, make it 500, and now you do have your selection. Maybe 500 is too much. Maybe 300. 300 maybe. Okay. Say yes. So it's by creating a closed loop and then putting your hatch inside of it. Okay, did I talk about polyline? I didn't. If I click BL, we do have polyline. If I click space, now I can see I'm able to create 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 like this and then close it. When I click escape and I click on this one, I can see it's connected directly by polyline. And even though when I click polyline and I click the first point, I can see something called width appeared. I could use the W even to select this width and then say yes. If I click, for example, now 2, say yes. Now before that BL, yes. Click the first one, W, yes. Starting point is 2, 2, and now go to F8, click 1, click 2, click 3, click 4. Again, BL, space, click the first point, click W, space, 5, space, 5, space. Draw. Now it became thicker. BL, space, first point, W, space, 10 space, 10 space. Now it became even thicker. Tell me what's happening in here. Okay. And why I'm clicking 2 times? Sorry? BL space. Click 1 point. Click W. Click space. Now, the program is telling me specify starting width. If I click my starting width is 1. Space. Now specify ending width. If I click my ending width is 20. say yes. Look how my line became. You see? Because my starting point is let me click on this one and make it doors. They all the same. Okay. My starting point is 1 and my ending point is 20. So the idea is to click BL, click space, click 1 point, click W, click again 1 point, click for example 5 space 5 space in order to make it the same and then create your shape. Now you do have a closed loop. If I put the hatch directly, it will put it for me. So back to this example. In order to be able to draw something in here, okay, you will click BL for example, or create a new layer for example for yourself. Create one, make it or call it hatch, and make it continuous. Make this color is this one. Say yes. Select your hatch. Go to your BL polyline. Say yes. And now start drawing a polyline around it. Okay, we do have problem which is the width. BL again. Click the first point. Width 0. Okay, 0. Okay. And now continue drawing. Now I completed my drawing. If I just select once now, I can see it's all closed, right? Now I can do H, enter, and then click once in here. Select it, go to my, let me see the drawing itself. Maybe let's say just let's put any maybe not this one, maybe maybe this one. Maybe this one. Maybe this one. And click OK. Okay, why it's not accepting? Bro, stop it. Click it. Maybe this one. Say yes. Click it again. H space. Click on it. Say yes. Select it again. Maybe select this one. Delete this one. Select it again. Make it maybe 200. Say yes. Or 300. Say yes. Or if this one is a column, for example, this one is a column, you have to make sure that they are joined. H, enter. Click on it. Click on your uh, hatch. Go to this one, which is concrete. Make it 100. Say yes. Or 50. Okay. Say yes. So this was about adding hatches. Next time, I will uh, add a file or add a video about adding blocks. Okay, and next time I want to see exactly like this, like this a plan. David, what about if I want to make this one bold? What about if I want directly to use a polyline instead of hatch for these walls? Is it possible? By clicking BL, let me see. This one is, let's say, BL space, click my first point, click W, click space, click 30, click space, click 30, click space. Now, click your wall, click your wall. But now, this one is, make it with 0. Why like this? Why your line is like this? Make it by layer. Yes. Now, continue. BL. Okay. Continue your line. Do not click it like this. Always by layer. BL. You can see? These are walls, right? Or, or, click on this, since this one is a wall. Click on it. Join. Okay. H. Okay. Click on this one. Click on it again. Click solid. It's up to you. Okay then. Next time, this is your homework. This is the last time for you guys to create a very complicated, very completed one. I want to see it exactly. Now you know how to put a text. If you do have a question, either open YouTube or ask me. Okay. So that's it for today. See you next time.